Well, before I talk about today at all, I want to stress that Mom came through her surgery just fine. Um, they did find a small uh, leak. I don't even know how to describe it. She was, um, her spinal cord was leaking some, like just a bit of spinal fluid, and the guy said it was nothing to patch it up. And it, you know, was small enough that they don't know if they did it or if it had happened at some point before, um, but that it wasn't really much to worry about. Like the only thing this would affect in short or long term is just how long they keep her at the hospital. And just knowing she's through it fine. She called. I didn't get to speak to her. She was hurting real bad, which it's honestly to be expected. I, even though I know she'll be fine and will ultimately feel better at the end of this, I wouldn't want to do back surgery if I didn't have to. Because, like, honestly, I can't imagine after being on heavy anesthetic like that. The thing, and I sleep on my stomach anyway, so maybe it wouldn't be that, but like sitting that, just having to have it on your back. But we know this was the best option long term. She did physical therapy for a long time, and it wasn't helping. And then as soon as she saw the specialist, he's like, "Yeah, no, we need to fix your back now." The bottom few in her lumbar were just basically curved over so much that the nerve that specifically on her right side, I believe, her sciatic nerve was getting crushed basically in the bottom of her spine, causing back, hip, and leg pain. And compensating for that was causing, pain in the other leg and in her shoulders, and it was the source of a lot of problems. And this was definitely the best thing for it, I believe. It's not going to be fun for a little while, but the amount of quality of life she's going to get out of it going forward is more than worth it, I think, and so does she. I'm not articulating things very well right now. It's been an anxious day because it was a small hospital and things kept getting delayed, and she was meant to be in surgery by 9 and it was 1 o'clock before they took her back. And with COVID spiking again and my state being one of the ignorant ones, the hospital was closed to anyone but patients, so Dad ended up just coming back home today because they all but said they were going to keep her tonight, and we figured that anyway. Probably honestly for the best, because it's less about does she want to come home and more about does she feel safe coming home. And I trust her to make that decision a lot more than my dad did. He had the same surgery, or a slightly more. Instead of just fusing 2, his fused 3, I think. Like 10 or so years ago, and he didn't even get it. They weren't even able to do him minimally invasive. They had to cut him open, and He wanted out the next day, of course, but they kept him for like 3 or 4 days. And I'll never forget helping him up the back porch stairs when we got him home. Doped up on some pain meds. I think he slept for like 18 hours on and off. When he finally got back in his own bed and was able to get more or less comfortable. But yeah, they'll do some physical therapy with her in the morning as recovery, and basically, depending on how that goes, we'll decide when she's able to come home. And I sent her a message stressing, just take care of yourself. As long as you're okay, we're okay. So, it's been harder than I like to admit. And the reason I say that is she was very anxious about it. And while while we were both confident that it was going to be fine, it's still, it's still surgery. And she's no stranger to surgery either. She has this massive scar across her stomach where she had a gallbladder taken out, I think, in her 20s. And, not to, age dox her, but that was a good while ago. That was getting her gallbladder taken out. It's let's put it this way. Both me and my sister were C-sections. The gallbladder scar is like 2 to almost 3 times as wide as the hole I entered the world in. That's how long ago that was. So she's no stranger to being cut on. And they were able to do this back surgery minimally invasive. So it'll be on the quicker side of recovery as far as surgeries go. In other words, I'm sure I'll be chasing her around the yard and telling her to quit in a week. Well, maybe not 1 week, but 2 for sure. She's stubborn at that. Anyhow, I'm gonna turn in. I'm tired. I will catch you all tomorrow. Good night.